Do you remember your first experience at a kinky party?
My first experience, so I had a work colleague. I was actually married once for 1 year and 9 days.
9 days.
Yeah, so I had a work colleague, and she at the time was single and had and crazy cool, amazing partner at the time. And she was starting to discover all the clubs and KitKat and House of Red Doors, which is now House of Lunacy. And she was telling me about it, and I was like, wow, that sounds good. So I actually went to House of Red Doors twice before going to KitKat the first time. And I remember my first moment at House of Red Doors in Wilde Renata. I was standing in my jacket, everything just coming in January, waiting in the line of the wardrobe when I saw the topic was 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. And I saw the first half naked kinky 20s dressed people walking down the stairs, and I was like, wow, let me take my stuff out. Yeah. And arriving in KitKat, a lot of people describe it as arriving, as coming home, as like a lot of people have really arrived, like, because it involves so much freedom. And there's also so much honesty in it, because at the end of the day, sexuality is honest. You can pretend to have a sexuality that you don't really have. But at the end of the day, sexuality is something very honest, isn't it?
Many people say, I go there and I can just transform myself. But then in retrospective, it's like, no. When I go there, I can be myself. And when I go out, then I have to transform in someone else that needs to fit in society.
The sweet spot is being yourself in the club and also being yourself outside the club. That's where the sweet spot lies.
Yeah, the hard one. But that's the hard one, right? When you need to fit in certain norms.
It takes a while to get to that. But
where are you in that spectrum?
I'm exactly
in that
who I want to be in the club, outside the club. And the thing is that, of course, topics like polyamory are part of my life. At my party, when somebody said to me that they're monogamous, I had this like instinctive reaction of going, security, there's somebody here who's at the wrong party. I never did that, but yeah.
So it's a red flag.
It's not a red flag. It's just, it's hard to go back from having experienced this kind of freedom and being able to do it in a positive way, doing it in a way in which people learn and appreciate and also take that into their own lives.
So you're polyamorous or open relationship, or what would be your definition?
Well, the thing is, polyamory it's on a continuum. So some people use the term polyamory to justify the fact that they want to sleep around. Then on the other end of the continuum is people who live together in a commune and everybody raises the children together, and that's like extremes. I think the most beautiful way is to either have a partner that is your main partner, or even several partners that's like the next level. If you actually manage to have several partners who are even interlinked with each other, that's a very nice model. But the most fundamental part of it is honesty. It doesn't work without honesty. So it takes this whole lying in relationships, it completely takes it out.
And how do you deal with the topic of jealousy?
Jealousy is something the guy that I mentioned in the when I was talking about my work colleague, he was the first person. He's a psychology professor, and he was the first person to talk to me about polyamory. And it took me 3 years to actually get to the point where I can say I'm not jealous anymore.
Okay.
Because when he was the first time when he was talking to me about it, and I asked him like 20 questions about it, I was like, wow, I would love to be able to do that, but I think I'm going to be too jealous. I couldn't imagine it back then.
Yeah.
For me now, it's a completely different topic where I am happy for somebody else who gets to enjoy something amazing.
Okay, so then you feel like your partner has a very nice experience and then you feel happy for your partner. You say, good that you experienced that, something like that.
Exactly. And if you are sure of yourself and you're centered and you know who you are and you're what you're worth, then it's not your partner experiencing something with somebody else doesn't take anything away from you. You see?
Okay.
And that's when it becomes really beautiful. But even if it's even if you don't have one primary partner, but you have relations with different people and they are on different levels, you know, you have different degrees of intimacy with different people. It's very nice and very important to communicate how you manage things, how you live your life, and just so if the other person knows, they can make a decision, a conscious decision. You know, that's kind of the important aspect.